Second. Think we are live now. Hi guys, Real United Talk, Daedric Legs, that's not a good start. Daedric Riggs. Knock them out of the park early, that's what I say. Okay, so tonight, Brighton away at the Amex. The second time in a couple of days, we're going to be obviously playing Brighton. Wholesale changes on both sides. Now, Brighton, they've pretty much done the exact same thing as us. I didn't expect that. I thought they'd pretty much play the same starting 11. I didn't think they had much strength in depth, but they have. I think there's only a couple of players. Yeah. There's only a couple of players that actually haven't stayed in. But yeah, wholesale change on both ends. Now, I'm going to talk you through Manchester United starting 11. So tonight we've got Henderson in goal, Diogo Dalot at right back. Quite an interesting one. We'll get on to that in a moment. Eric Bailly starts with Lindelof. I didn't expect that one either. So no Maguire, another topic. Brandon Williams starts over Shaw. We've got McTominay and Fred in the anchoring part. We've got Van der Beek as the 10. Now, this is when, for me, in my opinion, I think this is when the side got up until this point. I'm kind of happy, not thrilled, but I can deal with it. We get to the point now where you've got Mata on the wing, on the right wing, and James on the opposite side, and Igalo up front. So we'll get on to that in a moment. But then on the bench, you've got Lee Grant, Fosu Mensah, Mengi, which I wouldn't mind seeing Mengi come on tonight, Lingard, Pogba, Greenwood, and Rashford. So as Rodney, Marcus has put in the chat there, we've no Romero. So Romero, it's another game he obviously hasn't been on the bench for. Be that as what it may, I think Romero's time is pretty much coming towards a close. I wouldn't be too gutted to see him leave, because obviously we've now got Henderson. But I think there is going to come a time where we kind of need to pick either the Henderson or De Gea, because I think they're both on really high wages. You can't have two really high wage players. Okay, so that being said, I'm going for a bit of a cagey affair tonight. I think if Brighton would have played the starting 11 that played us at the weekend, I think we'd probably get beat. But I think this one, I think we'd probably scrape through again. I'd probably score one goal either way, maybe a 2-1 win. Maguire finally rested. Yep, Marcus, another good point. I think it's about time. He actually did get a rest. Trust me, to start getting texts now. Very sorry about that. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of glad to see Maguire finally getting a rest. He plays far too much, if you ask me. I think in these little games like this, he shouldn't be playing. I think overall last season he played more games than anybody and more minutes than anybody. So I'm looking forward to, obviously him having a rest. But yeah, I'm happy about that. I'm surprised that Maguire was dropped. I honestly thought I thought Lindelof would be the one to make way. So it's a bit of a weird one. And like I said, Diogo Dalot. Now, this is a really interesting one, because I honestly thought Diogo Dalot was on his way out. Maybe this is one of two things. Maybe he's just playing Dalot because he has got a lot of options at right back at the minute. Fit ones, maybe Forzu's not quite up to speed yet. Or maybe Diogo Dalot's like almost said to him, look, I want to stay and fight. And he's giving him a chance to fight. Or it could literally be a case of he's putting him in the shop window. He's playing him just so I can have a few eyes on him so people can spot him. So it almost makes it. I think it's AC Milan. It almost makes him think if they are playing hardball over the obligation to buy, it makes them think, well, they're happy to keep him. So maybe that's it. I mean, Diogo Dalot, I've said it multiple times. If Diogo I can't remember words out tonight. Diogo Dalot was to leave, it wouldn't be the first one on my list to be going anywhere. I think there's far worse players that need to go first, and I think I will be quite sad when Dalot goes. Although he has never really hit the heights, I do think he offers a lot going forward wise. Coming back, bit suspect, bit shaky, but that's pretty much our right backs and left backs. They're really good at one thing or they're good at another. They're not good at both, which is kind of a problem. You get the likes of Luke Shaw, who is probably better going backwards than he is going forward, ish. Then you got Wan-Bissaka, good at going backwards, not good at going forward. But then you got Williams, good at going forward, but not good at coming backwards. And I think Delors the exact same version as that. He's good at going forward, but not good defensively. That's fair. Yeah, I'm going to say it's a bit hot in here, isn't it? But yeah, I mean, what are you guys thinking so far? I mean, are you like confident? I see Days in the house. I see Marcus is here. Are you guys confident about tonight? Beard is looking lovely. Oh, thank you, thank you. I do need to have a bit of shave. It's getting a bit grizzly up here, but bit of a weird one, I suppose. Like I said, I'm feeling remotely confident. I think maybe I'm quite the confident. Yeah, I think after seeing their starting lineup, I'm a lot more confident than I was. But a few players of theirs I actually didn't quite mind. I mean, I think Lamptey, he seems a decent little player. And apparently, Bayern Munich are eyeing him up, snatch and grab United. Yeah, I think there's a goal in it either way. I think if we do win, it'll be like by one goal. I think it's going to be either a 1-0 win, 2-1 win, something along those lines. Now, I did want to press on. I don't want to be stepping on anyone's toes here, but we did have a bit of news today coming all out from United. Now, I know this is a pre-game talk, but I mean, obviously we've been linked with. I think in today, I woke up to a message off one of my friends who's an Arsenal fan saying, "Why the fucking hell are you guys looking at Maitland-Niles?" I was like, I have no idea. I don't know if there's any truth in that. I asked my friend, I said, is he not more of a right back or a winger? He said, no, he wants to play centre midfield. So that's maybe why he's pushing for a move. I mean, would you guys take Maitland-Niles for midfield for us? Because gotta admit, I wouldn't. Then you've obviously got the Dembele links from Barcelona. Apparently, United are looking at getting him on loan as an alternative to Sancho, and then the caveat, which is Sancho himself. Now, there was conflicting reports yesterday. One coming out saying that Sancho, after we all went live, saying that Sancho hadn't travelled for a trip to, but I think they're playing Bayern. He hadn't travelled on that. One said it was COVID related, and the second one said no, it's just a chest infection. It's a precaution. You're a lot more optimistic than me, George. So that's that. And then there's been other reports going against that, saying this is Maguire. What Maguire? What am I going about? Sancho pushing for a move. I mean, as a United fan, I wouldn't mind the latter on that one. I wouldn't mind it being Sancho pushing for the move. I just don't see it. I think he wants, if he does leave, and this does material, I think he wants it to be done as respectfully as possible because Dortmund, I think in his mind, Dortmund gave him a chance when no one else really would. He kind of went from Man City, kind of got somebody who was good enough. He wasn't in the starting plans. Go somewhere else and play football. And now he's obviously gone out and made a name for himself. And Dortmund gave him the platform to do that. So I think if he wants to do it respectfully, and I think players will only force through moves at the beginning of transfer windows. They won't do it towards the end. Because towards the end, you run the risk of a deal not going through. And then you end up with it. Remember the Peter Orden winger thing when he drove down Scoopio from West Brom, I think it was, and they didn't even agree a deal. So you just look stupid. And then when you go back to your club, you look like an idiot. So I think if Sancho was to force a move now, it'd be very, very, very risky. Because you then run the risk of this not going through, and then you look like an absolute idiot to not only teammates, your own fans. And it doesn't look good. He ain't forcing nothing. Yeah. And I mean, I wouldn't mind. Gotta admit, I wouldn't mind him coming. But forcing a move, I wouldn't mind that either. But there's always a part of me that always makes me think if a player's going to force a move to come to us, what's going to stop them forcing a move to leave us? Do you know what I mean? And there always is that on the horizon. But like I said, the games will be kicking off in about 10 minutes' time. I'm obviously wary, very wary of the time. Bring it on. So obviously, Diaz confident. George Carl is obviously, like I said, he's got his husband Dembele shirt already ordered. I mean, George, would you actually be happy with Dembele? Because I honestly wouldn't. I mean, if it was a fully fit one and his injury walls are in the past, then yeah, it's not a bad player. But I think he's just far too injury prone. And it's never a good thing to have a young injury. Normally, you're injury prone towards the end of the career. But if you're getting injuries at the early stage of your career, that's a bad thing, I suppose. You're going down the likes of Sturridge. My brother, Mad Marcus, my brother, I love you. Fair enough, dear, if that's what you're all about. I would 45 million. Well, apparently, Dumbella, if that does go ahead, it's not going to be a purchase anyway. It's only going to be a loan. Nothing to see. Hoping to see Menga. Yeah, I'm hoping to see Menga. Um, because look, I'm like I said last night, I'm not that fussed about this competition. To me, I'm literally. I mean, I wouldn't have minded seeing the starting 11 from the week. Well, not a starting 11. More or less the exact same team from the weekend with just one or two changes. Because I want to see fitness and I want to see sharpness get big. I wouldn't mind using these games as like almost like preseason games. Whereas they were written all over it. And that's the thing. If it saves money, it makes sense. But that's everything, guys. I'm going to wrap this up now. We didn't obviously get as many viewers as we normally would, but that's not going to deter us. Join us at full time. It's probably going to be Mad Marcus doing the post show. Hopefully, we can get the win. If you haven't already, please follow us on Twitter, like, share, and subscribe to us on Facebook. Not on Facebook, on YouTube. And my head is all over the gap tonight. And yeah, Newcastle win 5-4 on penalties. Finally agree. Finally, Maguire. You've just missed us, kill. Sorry, mate. When they'll play against Spurs. Ah, maybe. But hopefully Maguire can, hopefully B can, get a good couple of minutes under his belt today. Like, share, and subscribe to us on obviously on YouTube. And yeah, that's it. Have a good one. Come on, United. God, that was awful.